Blog Talk Radio.
Thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You listen to Baltimore is Talking Live. I'm your host, Dr. Q. Co-host is Aaron Green. Say hello, Green Bean.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night to all. It's crazy very Thursday. Let's get things started.
Now, today we have in the hot seat Jeff Rocker. He was just standing by for a moment. I don't know what happened. I guess he decided to call in or something. I don't know. But they said he was in the queue. So, I don't know what happened. But anyway, just like yesterday, the queue was fine. There's some people, sometimes the link acts up and then they have to wind up calling back in. I think Dre said he's called back in. Okay, so Jeff Rocker is in the listening queue, and we will get to him in the next 10 minutes or so. It's early because that lets everybody know that the person is burning with a sensation to share something with us. Whereas Dr. Ward Cleaver or Riddler just didn't want to do the show, I guess. He did call on the schedule, and I talked with the lady, and I told the lady we will not be rescheduled. And she says, I can understand you're not wanting to reschedule. So I don't know what that means. Is she being sarcastic, or does she actually understand? You know. So that's that. We have a couple of ask us about it questions before the break, and then the hot seat. So let me see if I still got my list with the Black History Minute, because everybody say, well, why you didn't do the Black History Minute? So I'll do the Black History Minute. I want to get all particular about it. November the 19th. Pretty much nothing had happened from the last time we did the Black History Minute. Or the last time I did the Black History Minute. I know I talked about Booker T. Washington. So the four black girls that were bombed in the church, we talked about that yesterday. That's actually, ironically, when it happened. November the 18th, 1963, it was a church bombing that killed 4 young black girls in Birmingham, Alabama. So please write down Birmingham. I'm tired of hearing people say, yeah, you know, over in Montgomery. It didn't happen in Montgomery. It didn't happen in Selma. It was in Birmingham, Alabama. And it did not say the whole Ku Klux Klan. It said a Ku Klux Klan member was convicted of the 1963 church bomb on November 18th. So the same time that it happened, they went out found the person who did it. Of course, he couldn't hide because he had the burns on his hand from holding the bottle. You know, like the alcohol in the bottle burns your hands pretty rapidly. So that's what happened. Then you got the Black Muslim movement was started, not started, but was publicized on this day, November 19th, 1926. So that's been going on for a long time. Before it was called Nation of Islam, it was called the Black Muslim. So that's your Black History Minute, folks. Now, they asked us about it. This time, Dre pulled the question. And I know they're going to be terrible. Dre pulled the questions because Cody always gives me loaded questions. So I want to ask the question. I'm going to give it to Green.
Okay.
All right. And this one is in an envelope. Please. Taped up pretty good. All right. Smell like flowers.
That seems good. Somehow.
All right. It says, Dear Dr. Q, what is it's saying it's Dr. Q, but I'm still going to answer the Green. What is your anticipation on when the COVID virus will be over? There's no virus, not a virus. Go ahead, Green.
You asking me this question when it's going to be over? I don't know.
When do you think?
I don't know. Right now, which I'm reading, I don't want to say is my final thoughts. There's word about they're going to do the big reset, which is basically they're going to start from shutting down everything, and then a couple months they're going to reset over again. That's a question you got to speak to, your sidekick or someone else. It's not going to be over. Normalcy is a far, far cry away from where we have right now. The vaccine gets underway. If it works for some people, if not, hey, just crawl on your knees and pray. That's all I got to say. I mean, as I say this now, people say that it'd be 2 years or just another year, but I don't know. I'm optimistic. I just wait till it comes until it's over. It's not going to be over until people say it's over. But in Germany, they're now doing no mask.
The official answer would be, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Instead of just saying, I don't know, I just threw in the whole question.
I'm the kind of person, and this is just me, I don't want nobody to go out there and act crazy. And Dr. Q said, because I'm not that kind of a doctor, if you start the first day in the morning, wake up fresh, take a shower, wash up, wash your hands, don't need no mask on, and you go into the school like you've been doing, go to the cafeteria like you've been doing, going to the classroom like you've been doing, get on the bus like you've been doing, come back home like you've been doing, do your homework like you've been doing, eat your dinner, go to bed like you've been doing, and then do the same thing, repeat step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like you did yesterday, I don't think you're going to drop dead. And I say that because of this. They talk about the social distance. when I was going to school, I don't know about today, the teacher was always 12 feet from the student. The teacher was never walking up on you. When you go to college, the teacher is 25 feet from you because you're sitting in an auditorium-style seating. So the teacher is all the way in the front of the classroom, way away from the teachers. It's just like when you go to court, how the judge is far away from the audience and far away from the defendants and the plaintiff. So I don't know why a judge would need to have video in the courtroom because you're not getting sick. You're socially distanced already. The judge sits in a high chair. The clerk is away from the judge. They're already isolated for years because that's how the courthouse was set up. So all your social distancing scares and fears are already taken care of in natural function. Same thing as the airplane. The pilot cockpit is far away from coach class. So, and plus he's behind a steel door and he's in an atmosphere. But yet you still say, well, you got to put the mask on while you fly. Hell no, you can't. Now, what's been told, I don't know about what they tell you on Earth, but in the Air Force, when you change altitudes, you change the thinness and the thickness of the oxygen. It's something called pressurization. So if you sneeze and spit, it does not float up in the air and sit there so somebody walks into your cloud and they say, oh, you spit on me. No. It instantly falls to the floor because it's pressurized. It's not subject to gravity. Anti-gravity. It doesn't float up in the air. It doesn't become weightless. It falls to the ground like everything else falls to the ground. Your blood pressure goes to the top of your head because it goes opposite the gravity, which makes the ears pop because now the blood is in the neck around the side of your ear, which makes your ear pop. For some people, it's very painful, and for some people, they wear earplugs. They told me sometimes chew some gum or move your jaw like you got some gum, and it'll pop. And then for some people, it just naturally pops when they come back down. Now, that is painful and annoying to me when I can't unclog that pop feeling in your ear. So I'm just saying, if you live your life normal, nothing will happen. That's coming from a man of faith. Like I said, everything that happens in the Word is a test. And God watches how you react to these tests. You can't sit there and say, well, I'm a Christian or I believe in God, but Satan comes and says, my name is Corona. Oh, I'm scared more of the Corona than I'm scared of God. Hell no. Nothing can happen. Nothing will succeed against the will of God. So if it is God's will that I drop dead, I drop dead. As long as I drop dead saved. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. But like I said, that's coming from a person of faith. I know where I'm going after this. For all the shits, the fucks, and the goddams that I say, I still know I got a place in heaven. That's not going to send me down. See, God called me the way I am. He don't call you to mold you and make you and say, okay, I'm going to fix this person and make this person this way so he can be ready to preach to the people. No, he gets the ones that are necessary for the job at hand. First calling you get is to be prepared. The second calling is to be equipped. That's when you're ready to go. You don't go out there and say, oh, well, I got to get right. If you wasn't ready for the job, you wouldn't get the call in the first place. It's those that go to school to learn and talk and act a certain kind of way, hermeneutics and athletics and apologetics and all of these political things so they can look and act like I do. I don't have to act and perform a certain way. Like I watch people on television, they try and talk like Dr. King. You don't have to talk that way. Oh, yeah, you talk like a preacher. No, the devil talks like a preacher, too. That burns me up when people say that. Oh, you sound like a preacher to me. Nah, how do you know? You sound black. How do you know? So let's go ahead and get the next one out the way. I'm just saying, if you go normal, don't nothing happen. It's mind over matter. If you think you're going to get sick, you're going to get sick. I did find out the answer why Erykah Badu had tested positive for COVID in one nostril and tested negative